When you tell a Turkana to plant grass, a Turkana will think you are crazy, because grass is found everywhere according to them. But when you tell them to go and graze livestock, that grass is not there. So it's either it's not in adequate amount or it's not the right grass. This is why this program now comes in handy. As a county government, we have been injecting a lot of money. In fact, last year, fodder, 52,000 Kenya shillings to buy what we are talking about, to come and feed our livestock. You know, that is very expensive. But now with this initiative, I am believing, trusting, we are going to reduce amount that we are going to inject into purchase of either fodder or especially fodder or livestock feeds from outside is from this initiative. So I believe this is going to help us.
Hii mambo tunaongea leo inahitaji kubadilisha mawazo ile ambayo tumekuwa tukiwaza. Tuseme ndio nyasi ni ya Mungu, lakini tulilisha yote kaisha. Kwa hivyo kama ni mtu binafsi ama ni group ya wakulima, wanaweza kufanya mambo fulani ili waweze kukuza nyasi. Sababu ukiwa na ng'ombe, kondoo, lazima ukuwe na nyasi. Hii ardhi ambayo haina ni tupu, tukitaka kufanya miradi ya kuchikilia maji. Ikiwa maji inalenga kutembea huko wakati kunanyesha, tunaweka mtaro ya kushika hiyo maji. Kwa maana maji ikipatikana, tukichika hiyo maji, alafu miti ile ambayo ni mzuri itakomaa, na ikiwa tutaweka mbegu ya nyasi pia itaota vizuri.
We are here in Turkana County promoting pasture production, and today's event is about Pasture Week. We are trying to bring in the concept of the ASAL counties coming up with a platform that can enhance and increase pasture production for the pastoralists in this particular areas where we have been having a lot of challenges in terms of pasture deficits, animals dying, feed shortages, and a lot of challenges that greatly affect the community in terms of their food security. So we are here, we have been working 5 counties within the ASAL areas under the Accelerated Value Chain Development Program, and we have been mainly focusing on issues of pasture production and the value addition of the feeds and of course the pastures within these particular areas. Our thinking is that we know that these counties are endowed with a lot of resources, especially when it comes to grass varieties, grass species, tree species, the acacias and so on, which are of good feed value. Besides that, most of the countries the counties as well have got irrigation schemes that are producing crops, and we know that after the crops have been harvested, there's a lot of crop waste that goes into waste that can be put into utilization by the communities to enhance their livelihoods. We are looking at utilizing the whole feed production processes by value addition to what they are producing. We are looking at an opportunity whereby the communities and the counties can work together, and development partners, including the private sector, in increasing productivity of forage and feed materials for the animals in these particular areas.
Haya, bell sasa iko ready kutolewa sasa nje, manake iko tayari. Hiyo ndio jinsi ya kuondoa nje na hakikisha sasa iko tayari. alitufunza. Baada ya kutufunza alisema tunataka sehemu ambaye inafaa mweke kutengwa iwe mahali pa kupanda nyasi, na tulipata sehemu la kupanda nyasi. Saa hizi baada ya kupanda tulifuna nyasi, tulipanda. Baada ya kupanda tukatoa mbegu, baada ya kuiva tukatoa mbegu. Baada ya kuweka mbegu, kutoa mbegu, kufuna, tukaanza kukata. Na kukata sasa tukakausha baada ya siku 2. Ni manake inatakana ukikatwa mpaka ikaushwe kwanza kwa siku 2. Ndio sasa tunaanza kufunga kwa belts. Na baada kufunga kwa belts, tulifunga belts 100 wakati ya kwanza. Wakati ya pili mvua ilianza kupotea, kiangazi iliingia, na unajua nyasi huwa inafuatana na maji, inahitaji maji. Na maana hapo hiyo shamba maji iliyokuwa na ambayo haikutosha. Lakini juzi vile mvua ilianza kunyesha tena, yani ilionyesha ya kwamba nyasi sasa siko tena tayari. Tulianza tena kufuna mbegu. Mbegu tuko nayo, na belts ya nyasi pia tuko nayo kama belts 150 belts, na pia mbegu naye karibu 30 bags.
In terms of maybe emulating this concept of fodder production, currently we will say the idea has not yet opened up to all community groups or community members because it's a bit technical. Only those who are involved in the groups that got the knowledge on how to plant and produce this hay. So what is happening currently is that we have members of the groups that have started emulating this idea, trying to put it practically as individuals in their kitchen gardens, but not in their big farms to demonstrate or maybe to produce enough for their livestock. And then we have what is happening now is that they are storing, the groups that are harvesting are storing this hay.
Sunflower seed cake. Hapa walileta sunflower seeds. We want to encourage the farmers to plant sunflower in place so that they can utilize it as to blend the feeds. This is what we call cotton seed cake. We can also use this to formulate feeds, and at the same time we can use flour.
Range is very important for us. Pasture is very important for us. We have to ensure that with improved productivity of our livestock, we are able to, our livestock are able to produce milk. We are able to increase their value to be able to market. Now, but the challenge has been our area is desolate. We are not able to produce the right pasture fodder for our livestock. So what we are trying to do is to look ways of improving this, because our county is affected by climate change. So in most areas we are not able to find pasture. Pasture is normally found along the rivers and other very desolate places in our county. So now the issue is, how do we make use of the pasture that we are producing along the rivers? What we are trying to do now is to improve, to be able to train groups that are able to go and produce pasture, and then when they produce, we improve the quality of that range, and then in that case we are able to sell, to sell even locally. Now, you know, we used to buy pasture outside the county. We are using like last year we are using 52 million Kenya shillings. But now with this approach, we are going to cut this cost drastically, because we are going to encourage farmers here to produce pasture and produce fodder and improve even our feeds for our livestock. Now within the county itself, there are policies. We don't have policies. We don't have legal frameworks in place to be able to guide us in pasture production or even managing our range. But now what we are trying to do is we are working with the University of Nairobi, we are working with Feed the Future, Hardy, USAID, to be able to come up with livestock policy. In this livestock policy, there are regulations. It will help us come up with a regulation on how to manage our range.
We also working through the county government to promote commercialization of fodder, and by bringing together partners in Turkana County, engaging in activities on fodder, the county today has managed to launch an event known as the Pasture and Fodder Week event. Through the efforts of the various partners, this is an event which today has been commemorated through learnings and has taken advantage of interventions of a former group by APAD here at Takwel, Kekorongole Fodder Group and PFS, Takwel PFS Group. These are groups that have their own fodder farms. They have planted fodder, they have harvested, and they have bales of pastures here.
Tananya